Hey guys, it's the very lucky, unlucky Ginger. So we are super excited. We are getting ready to start this new series. I'm going to do it in short sections. I'm going to kind of take you along with me as we're building. At the end, I'm going to put it all together and do a how-to kind of a thing. But we're going to start off today with how to build a tree house. I was going to do a tree stand, but I got to thinking, why go big or go home? So stick with us. I hope you enjoy it and hope you stick around with us. Here we go. Just a little disclaimer. I am not telling you how to do a tree stand. This is just how I'm doing my tree house for entertainment purposes only. All right, so for some reason it didn't record. So I'm gonna record this over again. So I'm starting off with my plan. I've got my tree, my big sycamore tree coming up, and I'm gonna use 4x4 by 8s for my tri-beam. So 4x4 by 8 this way. I'm gonna need probably 3 per tri-beam. I've got to do 2 tri-beams, so I'm gonna need at least 6. But I decided to go with 8 just so I'll have enough for the extra post for my front porch. So I've kind of come up with, this is a tree, color it in so I can see a little better. So this is a small cedar tree that I got out there. This is the big sycamore tree. And it's about 10 feet from inside to inside. So I got about 10 feet. So I'm going to use 2 by 8s by 12. So give me at least 1 foot overhang on each side, or I may go with 14s or 14 footers. And I should need about 5 of those, maybe 6. Maybe I'll get, if I go 16 inches on center across the 8 feet, I should be about between 5 or 6 or 7. I may get 7. So I got plenty. 7, 2 by 8 by 12 or 14s. Some of this is going to kind of depend on exact measurements once I get to this spot. So what I'm going to start off doing is I'm going to build my tri-beams and put them on both trees. So I'll get my tri-beam here and my tri-beam here. I'm no artist, but in my mind, I know what I'm doing. So I'll get my 2 sets of tri-beams. I'll put them on, and then I'm actually going to measure so that way I can I don't want to buy a bunch of lumber that ends up being too short. But then, so once I get my tri-beams on, I'll put the floor joist on this way. Then I'll use 4 by 8s sheet of plywoods. I'll probably need about 3 4 by 8 plywood. Probably 3/4 inch, ½ inch maybe. I don't know. We're going to see. And then eventually I'm going to have, between the 2 trees, I'm going to build a little 10 by 10 cabin. Have a window on this side, a door on this side, either stairs or a ramp coming up to the porch. Probably go 7 foot tall, 10 by 10 dimensions, 7 foot tall to the ceiling, depending on how it's going, depending on how the tri-beams are holding, because I should have went and spent a couple of extra $100 and bought a tab, a treehouse attachment bolt. I'll insert a picture, but I should have went on and bought that. But I'm going to try to use something else. I'm going to have to keep checking on it every couple of months. I may have to put another support system in to help hold it up. But that's kind of my plan. My plan is going to be different than probably your all's plans, because my trees are already set, and I have to, basically I'm going to start off with the base, and then the rest of it's kind of go however it's going to go based on the measurements that I'm going to end up getting. So that's kind of my plan. I'm going to start off with 8 4x4 by 8s, and we're going to get started. The first one is at 12 to 18. All right, so I've come in 12 inches and I've come in 18 inches, and then I've come down 1 inch, and I'm going to go from 1 inch to nothing. All right, I'm going to do the same on this side. All right. We got the right number now, so it's 50 inches from longest point to longest point. So I'm getting ready to cut the braces of the tri-beam. All right, I'm going to show you how I cut the notches for the bottom V support braces. So I'm going to come down about, we'll say about 2 inches. I got a 45-degree mark. I'm going to draw a 45-degree going the opposite direction. I can't finish it, but I can start it. Make sure it's level. All right, so now I got my V shape in. I'm gonna come up this line 1 inch. Make a mark, and now I'm gonna go from this line to this vanishing point. So at this point, I've got my tri-beams cut into pieces, and I'm gonna lay them out and dry fit them together. And then I'm gonna take the bottom of my support beams, I'm gonna lay them on top of each other, and I'm gonna mark where they cross each section. I'm gonna then take the 4x4 and measure it, because it's not actually 4 inches. So I'm gonna measure it, and I'm gonna take away half of it and cut half off of the bottom of one and the top of another, so that way they'll actually joint and fit in together properly. So I got an auger, and I got a speed square, lost the magnet out of it, but I'm gonna be able to make sure that wherever I'm screwing it in exactly level. Brought 2 jumper boxes out here that we got for Christmas. Got my wife for Christmas, and trying to use them to help get some electric. So I've got a 1 inch all thread. It's the same size as the boat that I'm supposed to have, but homemade. Got the nuts, put 3 nuts on here to make a boss to go around the boat. And so I'm gonna stick this into the tree to about that, I want it to that middle boat. And so then all this is gonna support the weight of the tree stand. Now we bring out the big gun. So we got the bar in the tree, and so now we're running out of daylight, but we'll come back tomorrow. I've already pre-cut my tri-beam, so I've got my top brace here. I've got this one, I think it's this side, and you can look at the notches. So I got the notches cut in it. I'm gonna put this one, it's gonna go in here. This one's gonna go in here. And these two are
when they're level
jointed. So, and then we will screw them all together, and I got plates to go over my joints, and we got a tri-beam. I'll put the bar right underneath this, and I got a bracket to secure it to the bottom of this. So this will be our tri-beam that's going to go up on top of here, and it's going to sit here and be braced, lag bolted into the bottom, and this will be attached to this tree. And we're going to go out to take from the top of our 4x4s, and we're going to run our support beams and connect it to a static brace on this tree, so that way this tree can move independently from this tree, and it's not going to put a bunch of pressure into the boards together. So they'll be able to sway and flex and not destroy everything. So that's the process. That's what we got so far. We got this in, I think, enough. I'm hanging from it, and it seems to be holding pretty good. And then over time, it's only going to just grow into it and support it even more.
So the next day I went out and I was looking at it, and I really didn't like the fact that I only use the 1-inch nuts as the boss. So I ended up going back to the hardware store, and I bought a whole bunch of washers. I think I used 8 washers, and I actually took the bolt back out and put the washers on, and then screwed it all the way back in, making sure that I still hit my full length. I'm at least 8 inches into the tree, and then I got my washers on into the 1.5-inch size washers, 8 of them stacked in, and then I screwed the nuts back in. So I'm using the washers as the boss instead of just the nuts. So it gives me a little more air surface area inside the actual edge of interior of the tree, about 1.5 inches inside. So I've got that as the boss now, and I'm going to continue on putting the tri-beam together, and we're going to connect the second tri-beam to the next tree.
Hey guys, so I just got off work, changed clothes real quick. I'm gonna work on this a little bit more out here today. I don't got a little bit of time. Hot diggity dog. All right, so come on. All right, so So I got the tri-beam on. I got the 1-inch bar. That's the main support. I got a bracket here, just keeping it level. Resting on this, but I got the boat here. I got a boat down here. So now what I've got to do, I've got to build another tri-beam and attach it to this tree. We're about 10 feet. It's about 10 feet between there and here. And I want the bolt going through the tree to be level. And I've got a trick of how I can find level on that tree and level on this tree. Pretty excited.